Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit the subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. First off, I want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing as of late. I've gained roughly 28 new subscribers in the last 28 days here on YouTube. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. Even the haters who haven't subscribed, that keep watching the videos and leaving hate comments anyway. There's only been a few of you. But thank you for watching. Because every time you click that, you click a video just so you can leave a hate comment, it at least increases my views. It doesn't increase my watch time so much, which is more of what I'm looking for, but hey, views are good too. Anyhow, they've been leaving a lot of comments. Y'all been leaving a lot of comments. There's been a few hate comments down there talking about how I'm fat or this or that. And guess what? I don't care. Call me fat, call me whatever you will, call me lazy, call me whatever you want. But as a disabled person who lives his life in a chair, I've heard it all. You can't hit me with anything. You can't hit me with anything I haven't heard. It's just not going to happen. I've been called everything under the sun, from gimp to lazy fat ass. You're not going to, there's nothing you can say that's really going to offend me all that much. It's never been a thing, ain't gonna be a thing. I don't care. Say what you will. Thanks for watching the videos. Anyhow, let's get right to the story that I was actually trying to bring you today. And that is, there's been a smear campaign going on against the students of Parkland, Florida. Who, of course, survived. Some of these students survived, firsthand. These people being murdered in that school building. 17 were killed. Three teachers, the rest students. Gunned down. These people survived this. They lived through this. They watched this. They saw their classmates dead on the ground. But what's the far right want to tell you? The far right wants to come out and tell you that, oh, these aren't real students. These are actors. They're fakes. Why do they think they're fake? Because one of them happened to take a trip to California, and one of them happened to end up in somebody's video. He doesn't live in California. He just happened to go visit California with his family, and ended up in a video. And then they've got these other pictures of some of them together, smiling and happy and cheery. No date on the photo. No one says exactly when that photo was taken. They showed video of where a CNN producer or anchor or a reporter or whatever was trying to help one of the kids, phrase what he wanted to say. Because he noticed the kid was stumbling. He noticed the kid was upset. And they wanted to make sure that he got the message out. It's garbage. This smear campaign, one, it's already been debunked. It's done. But y'all keep spreading it out there anyway. I keep seeing it on Facebook. I've had to unfriend multiple people now over this huge smear campaign. If you're part of the smear campaign, stop. It's useless. These kids suffered a huge loss. They witnessed the murder of their teachers and their classmates. And that's horrific. I couldn't imagine going through such bullshit. I couldn't imagine. I wasn't there. But I can tell you, I wouldn't be able to speak. That's all I could imagine that would happen with me, is I wouldn't be able to speak. I probably wouldn't be able to think straight. And here these kids are being articulate. And telling you what they saw, what they felt. And you want to sit there and insult them? You want to insult the people who died in that school? Just because you don't agree with what they're doing doesn't mean you have to smear them and attack them. If you have merit, if there are things that merit the debate, a discussion, so be it. Whether you support gun control, more guns, whatever you support, you don't have to attack people personally. It's not reasonable. It's not logical, and it's not rational. If you're a logical, rational human being, you don't have to attack the person. You can attack their beliefs, attack their political beliefs maybe, but attacking them personally is just wrong. First off, it's disingenuous to begin with, and secondly, you're being disrespectful to the people that survived this horrific event and to those that died in this horrific event. Now, there's another story that's been going on, and it's been very interesting how this has played out. But apparently, the other day, a student that was at Parkland, basically, his father pulled him out of the CNN town hall that they had last week. And the reasoning was that CNN scripted the entire show, and that they told this kid what question to ask. The problem is, it turns out that I think this kid may have been duped by his own father. I don't think a teenager would purposely go out and lie about what he saw going on. But his father sent out to the media this email that basically made it look as if this was a question given to him by CNN. But yesterday, after all this stuff started going around, they started calling CNN fake and started saying that the town hall was all scripted. CNN released the original emails. And the original emails point out that Colton Hobb, which is the son here, had submitted a question either via phone or via email or whatever to CNN. Let me read you the question that he asked. And it seems like a very legit question. It doesn't seem like something CNN would have given him had they written it for him. The question in question here, Senator Nelson, if Coach Friess had his firearm in school that day, I believe that he could have most likely stopped the threat. Have we thought about having a class for teachers who are willing to be armed to train and carry on campus? Does that sound like a leftist question? Does that sound like a question that would come from anyone on CNN? Anyone. That is the question that he submitted. That is the question that CNN expected him to ask. But then the father made a request that the son be able to give a long speech. And they didn't have time for that, and the time constraints and the format. The town hall is set up where you ask questions back and forth. You know, where a group asks and the other group, and the other person answers. So it doesn't look as if this kid was trying to push a false narrative. It appears that maybe his father had told him that he was being duped by CNN. Fake news and all. And I don't blame the kid. I really don't. He was probably told this by his father, and he probably, you generally want to believe your parent. But for this father to sit here and spread lies and even involve his son in a huge lie like this is wrong. This is just as bad as the smear campaign. When I first heard it, when I first heard the story, I was like, yeah, maybe CNN did. Maybe CNN did script some of the questions. It does sound like something CNN would do. It's believable. But the problem is that question. Why would CNN script a question like that? That does not look like something CNN would script at all. They would probably, the way I would see a question from CNN would be something like, Senator Nelson, why is it that people want to arm our teachers? Should they be armed? Isn't that just a terrible idea? That sounds like a question that CNN would pose. That right there looks like a well thought out question by somebody who witnessed a terrible event and had a slightly different viewpoint than maybe some of the other students there. It appears to me that if this kid submitted this question, then the father is a liar. And I don't blame the kid. You can't blame the kid for something the parent does. And it's disgusting. So if you're part of the smear campaign that's been going on, stop. You're disgusting. If you're a parent and you're thinking the best way to take care of your son is to start a lie and dupe your own son for your political views, that's no better. And I'm not going to sit here and hate on the kid, because that's what you want to do as a kid. You want to believe your parent. You want to trust what your parent is telling you. But if your parent is lying to you, what are you going to do? I wish this kid, Colton Hobbs, I wish him well. I hope that this isn't an issue in the future. I really don't see how it became an issue in the first place. If he submitted this question, and that was what he was expected to ask, because he submitted the question, then why? Why would you lie? Why would you create a lie and involve your son in it? Glenn Hobbs, or Hobb, I think it is. Let me get his name exactly right here. Hobb. Yeah, Glenn Hobb is how I'll pronounce it. He's pathetic. You didn't need to fabricate a lie. What you could have done is been a little more forthright and be like, "Hey, my son submitted this question, but he and I both wanted him to be able to give this speech." You know, and that what you could have done is been like, you could have gone to Fox News and been like, "Hey, Fox, this is the speech that my son wanted to give at the town hall that CNN wouldn't let him give." You didn't have to create a fabricated story over your son being dictated what to ask when he, in fact, submitted the question himself. Maybe it wasn't the question you liked. Maybe you didn't like how the question was worded. But that was the question he agreed to. And yes, maybe he wanted to give a bigger speech. I don't blame him for that. To be honest with you, I think CNN should have given everybody on that panel, at that town hall, a moment to speak at length. Give a small speech, each of them. Because there shouldn't have been a time constraint. They own the network. But we know how networks work. It's all about the green. Anyhow, like I said, stop the smear campaign. Support these kids if you can. If you can't, at least don't hate on them. They witnessed something horrific, and they're trying to deal with it. And they've got adults in the room that don't seem like they really give a damn. And that's what they're fighting for. They're fighting for the lives of other students across America. And to be honest with you, I don't see a problem with that. If this is what these kids want to do, and they think that they feel like they need to do this, then by God, let them. This is America. We are free to make our own choices and make our own decisions. And if they just witnessed something as horrific as they did, we owe it to them to at least listen. Anyhow, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road. And keep the families of the victims in your thoughts and prayers. and y'all have a great day.